Welcome to my channel Valuable Rare Coins because, as you know, old is gold. Some of the rarest coins worth big money could be hiding in your hands right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch till the end. Let's dive in. First, we're diving into one of the most talked about and sought-after coins in the world of U.S. numismatics, the legendary 1961 D. Lincoln penny 1-cent coin. This is no ordinary coin, and if you've got one tucked away in a drawer, you might be sitting on a small fortune. So grab your magnifying glass, sit back, and let's explore the thrilling world of this rare and incredibly valuable piece of American history. The 1961 D. Lincoln penny, minted in Denver, is part of the iconic Lincoln cent series that has captured the hearts of collectors for generations. While billions were minted that year, not all coins are created equal. Some rare gems have surfaced with extraordinary features, and these are the coins that collectors go absolutely wild for. The mint mark D beneath the year marks it as a Denver Mint issue, and while common in everyday pocket change, the rare versions of this coin can command eye-watering prices at auction. The secret lies in the hidden errors and remarkable conditions that make a small copper coin worth far more than its face value. What makes the 1961 D. Lincoln penny truly special and so desirable among numismatists are the rare minting errors and conditions that only a handful of coins possess. One of the most coveted variations includes double die obverse errors. This happens when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned or doubled, resulting in a shadow-like duplication of the details, especially noticeable in the words Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date. These doubling effects are extremely valuable, as they are considered significant minting anomalies that were never intended to be released to the public. If you come across such a coin, you're not just holding history, you're holding a unique mistake that collectors desperately want in their collections. Another rare and sought-after variation of the 1961 D penny involves off-center strikes, which occur when the coin is not properly aligned during the minting process. These coins will show a portion of the design missing or shifted dramatically off to one side, giving them a strikingly unusual appearance. The more off-center the strike, especially while still retaining full or partial dates and mint marks, the more valuable the coin becomes. Collectors love these coins because they are visual proof of the minting process gone wrong, a rare and collectible quirk that cannot be duplicated. Then there's the phenomenon of repunched mint marks, where the D for Denver was punched more than once into the die, resulting in a noticeable shadow or overlap in the mint mark itself. These repunched mint mark varieties, or RPMs, are extremely collectible, especially when they are bold and easily seen with a magnifier. If you spot one of these, you may just have a treasure in your hands, as these errors represent an earlier era in U.S. coinage history where minting processes were less automated and human hands left behind fascinating imperfections. Collectors are also on the lookout for coins in pristine, uncirculated condition, what the professionals call MS or mint state. A 1961 D. Lincoln penny graded MS 65 or higher is considered highly desirable, especially if it has brilliant red luster and no signs of wear or damage. The rich, coppery glow of a well-preserved Lincoln cent from this era is a sight to behold, and coins with full original color and flawless surfaces are few and far between. The scarcity of such high-grade examples makes them exceptionally valuable, and collectors are willing to pay a premium to own one. The demand for the 1961 D. Lincoln penny has only grown in recent years, as more collectors have entered the market and rare coin auctions have brought surprising results. Coins that feature strong doubling, off-center strikes, or repunched mint marks in top condition have sold for thousands, and in one truly astounding case, a flawless example featuring a combination of rare errors and pristine mint state condition sold at a high-profile auction for an astonishing $98,000. That's right, nearly $100,000 for a coin that most people would mistake for everyday pocket change. Now imagine finding that coin in your own home, maybe in an old jar of pennies, a forgotten drawer, or a family coin collection passed down through the years. It's discoveries like these that drive collectors to keep searching and inspire new treasure hunters to join the hobby every day. These coins are out there, and every collector knows that the thrill is in the hunt and the payoff can be life-changing. So, if you have a 1961 D penny, inspect it closely, you could be holding a once-in-a-lifetime piece. Let us know in the comments if you've come across a 1961 D penny in your collection or found one with any interesting features. We'd love to hear your stories, answer your questions, or even help identify a potential gem. And if you enjoy learning about rare and valuable coins, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update on the next big coin discovery. Second rare coin. We're exploring one of the most overlooked yet incredibly valuable coins in U.S. history, the 1966 Lincoln penny 1-cent coin. Yes, you heard that right. A simple-looking penny from 1966 might just be the hidden jackpot sitting right under your nose. This coin has become the center of attention in the numismatic world, and once you find out why, you'll never look at a 1-cent coin the same way again. The year 1966 was a unique time in American coin production. It came during a transitional period when the U.S. Mint had suspended the use of mint marks to deter hoarding of coins by collectors, which means no pennies from that year have a mint mark on them. While that might sound like a small detail, it has made coins from 1966 incredibly special and has sparked serious collector interest, especially when you discover the rare error versions that make this coin an absolute treasure. These aren't your everyday pennies, they're historic pieces hiding in plain sight, and their value is nothing short of astonishing. One of the most exciting aspects of the 1966 Lincoln penny is the variety of errors that occurred during the minting process. Imagine a coin struck slightly off-center, leaving part of the design cut off. That's called an off-center strike, and it instantly makes the coin a collector's dream. The more dramatic the off-center strike, the higher the value. Another thrilling error is the double die, where the lettering or numbers appear to be stamped twice, creating a shadow-like effect, particularly in the words "In God We Trust," "Liberty," or even the date itself. These double die errors are incredibly rare and are prized for their eye-catching detail and unmistakable uniqueness. One of the most fascinating and valuable error types seen on some 1966 pennies is the die clash. A die clash happens when the coin dies strike each other without a planchet, coin blank, in between, causing design elements to be impressed where they shouldn't be. This can lead to ghost-like images appearing in unexpected areas of the coin. When this happens, the resulting coins look surreal, almost like mint-made artwork, and collectors go wild over these strange, beautiful mistakes. If you happen to spot one of these, it's not just a rare coin. It's a piece of history frozen in time with a story to tell. In addition to these exciting errors, the condition of the coin plays a massive role in its value. Coins in what's known as mint state, completely uncirculated, with no scratches or signs of wear, are incredibly hard to find for this particular year. Most 1966 pennies were used heavily in everyday transactions, so coming across one in pristine condition is like discovering a time capsule from the past. Collectors are constantly searching for brilliant red-toned examples with sharp details and perfect surfaces, and when they find one, they're willing to pay a premium for it. The demand for high-grade 1966 pennies has soared in recent years, with more collectors realizing just how special and scarce they really are. To give you an idea of just how serious this market is, let's talk about auctions. In recent years, top-condition 1966 pennies featuring rare errors have stunned collectors by selling for jaw-dropping prices. From die clash errors to double strikes, coins that were once considered pocket change are now gracing auction floors and private collections across the country. Experts and enthusiasts alike are watching this coin with increasing interest, and its reputation as a hidden gem continues to grow with every new discovery. The excitement is real, and it's spreading fast in the numismatic world. So, just how valuable can a 1966 Lincoln penny be? You better believe it's worth more than 1 cent, a lot more. One particularly exceptional example, featuring a combination of mint errors and uncirculated condition, recently caught the attention of serious collectors and stunned the community when it sold for an astonishing $71,000. That's right. $71,000 for a penny most people would overlook without a second thought. It just goes to show that real treasure isn't always gold or silver. Sometimes it's copper, small, and waiting to be discovered in your own coin jar. If this video got you excited, Don't forget to take a second look at those old pennies you've got tucked away in jars, drawers, or boxes. You never know what might be hiding in your collection, waiting to be identified as a high-value piece. Have you found any unusual 1966 pennies in your collection? Maybe something with a strange strike, odd markings, or just a pristine shine. Share your discoveries in the comments below. We'd love to hear your stories, answer your questions, and help identify any coins that might be worth a closer look. Third expensive coin. We're shining the spotlight on an absolute sleeper hit in American numismatics, the 1979 Lincoln penny 1-cent coin. This little copper beauty might seem like just another penny at first glance, but the truth is, some rare versions of this coin have been turning heads in the coin collecting world and making serious waves at auctions. So if you've ever dismissed a 1979 penny as just spare change, this video is going to change the way you look at your coin jar forever. The 1979 Lincoln penny was minted at a time when the United States Mint was producing coins in massive quantities. With facilities in Philadelphia and Denver, these coins flooded into circulation and became part of everyday life across the country. But while the majority were ordinary and common, a small number of these coins came out of the mint with extraordinary errors and characteristics that make them worth thousands today. These unique variations have become hot items for collectors, sparking a growing demand for error coins from this particular year. With more eyes on the 1979 penny than ever before, it's no surprise that values are soaring and excitement around this coin continues to build. One of the standout features that makes the 1979 penny so fascinating is the presence of rare double-die errors. Imagine looking closely at your coin and noticing that the letters in Liberty or the phrase "In God We Trust" appear slightly shadowed or doubled. That's the telltale sign of a double die. This kind of minting mistake happens when the die used to strike the coin has a misalignment during production, resulting in that distinctive doubling effect. These coins are incredibly valuable and highly sought after, especially when the doubling is bold and clearly visible without magnification. Collectors love these rare errors because they're impossible to replicate and offer a unique glimpse into minting history. Another exciting and profitable error to look for on the 1979 Lincoln penny is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin blank is not properly aligned during the minting process, resulting in a final coin that is noticeably misstruck, sometimes with part of the design missing or shifted dramatically to one side. The more off-center the strike, the rarer the coin becomes, especially if the date and Lincoln's profile are still visible. These off-center errors are highly collectible, as they visually demonstrate a flaw in the minting process, while still preserving key design elements that prove authenticity. Let's not forget about die cracks and cuds, which are also found on some rare 1979 Lincoln pennies. Die cracks are thin raised lines on the coin caused by a cracked die, while a cud is a raised area of metal that results from a piece of the die breaking off during production. These features may seem like imperfections, but to collectors, they are evidence of a unique minting story, and they make each affected coin one of a kind. The more dramatic and unusual the error, the more collectors are willing to pay, especially when the coin is in high-grade and uncirculated condition. Speaking of condition, the value of any coin increases dramatically when it's preserved in top quality. For the 1979 penny, coins graded MS 65 and above, mint state, with no signs of wear, are the gold standard for collectors. Combine that with a rare error or variation, and the price can skyrocket beyond expectations. Shiny, well-preserved examples with bright red copper luster are especially coveted, as they reflect the coin's original brilliance when it first left the mint. These coins are not just historical artifacts, they're eye-catching, investment-grade pieces of art in metal form. Recent auction records and private sales have shown just how much demand there is for these rare 1979 pennies. Coins with strong double dies, dramatic off-center strikes, or bold die breaks in high mint state condition have shocked collectors by selling for impressive sums. The coin community continues to buzz with excitement every time one of these error pennies surfaces at auction, and competition among bidders is only getting more intense. Whether at online auctions or coin shows across the country, the 1979 Lincoln penny has carved out a name for itself as one of the most unexpectedly valuable coins from the late 20th century. Now here's the moment you've been waiting for. Just how much can one of these rare 1979 Lincoln pennies be worth? In one incredible case, a 1979 Lincoln penny featuring a spectacular mint error combined with flawless, uncirculated condition sold for an unbelievable total of $50,000. That's right, $50,000 for a 1-cent coin. It's amazing to think that something so small, something most people overlook, could turn out to be worth a small fortune in the right circumstances. So don't let those pennies go unnoticed any longer. Start checking your change, exploring your old coin jars, and revisiting your collections. You might be holding onto one of the most valuable coins of your life without even realizing it. And if you found a 1979 penny that looks a little strange, a little off, or just too perfect, let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear your stories, see your finds, and help identify whether you've got one of these rare treasures in your hands. Especially, we're diving deep into one of the most exciting and historically significant coins in modern U.S. coinage, the 1982 Lincoln penny 1-cent coin. At first glance, it may look like your average copper penny, but make no mistake, some versions of the 1982 penny are incredibly rare, highly valuable, and in serious demand among collectors around the world. The thrill of finding one of these gems is real, and what you'll learn today could turn that tiny coin into a big surprise. Now, why is 1982 such a special year for Lincoln pennies? The answer lies in a major shift that happened that year at the United States Mint. In 1982, the U.S. Mint transitioned from making pennies primarily out of copper to using a zinc core with a thin copper coating. This might sound like a small change, but it created one of the most fascinating chapters in modern numismatic history. Because this transition didn't happen all at once, both copper and zinc pennies were produced that year in multiple variations, creating a unique opportunity for collectors to hunt down the rarest and most valuable combinations. Each version carries a slightly different weight, composition, and even font style, which makes the 1982 penny one of the most complex and collectible coins of the last century. What makes the 1982 Lincoln penny so intriguing is that there are 7 known variations of it, including large date and small date designs, struck in both copper and zinc, and minted in both Philadelphia and Denver. That's right, 7 distinct versions, and each one tells a different story. The small date copper penny from Philadelphia is especially rare, and it's one of the coins that collectors are constantly chasing. Identifying these coins isn't hard if you know what to look for. By using a precise scale, copper pennies weigh about 3.11 grams, while the zinc ones weigh about 2.5 grams. This simple test could help you discover whether you have a rare transition variety sitting right in your coin pile, in addition to metal composition and date style. Errors and minting anomalies in 1982 pennies have driven values through the roof. One of the most exciting discoveries is the 1982 D small date copper penny, which, according to mint records, should not even exist. Yet, a few of these ultra-rare coins have surfaced, and they are considered unicorns in the collecting world. If you happen to find a 1982 D small date penny that weighs around 3.1 grams, you may be looking at one of the rarest and most valuable pennies ever produced. These coins are incredibly hard to come by, and when they do appear, collectors go into a frenzy trying to get their hands on them. Other rare and valuable error types include double dies, off-center strikes, and even coins struck on the wrong planchet. For example, a 1982 penny struck on a dime blank or showing dramatic doubling in the date or lettering can be worth thousands. These coins offer a perfect mix of mystery and excitement. They're mint-made mistakes that slipped past inspection, and that's exactly what makes them so fascinating and valuable to collectors. Each one is like a fingerprint from the minting process, making it a one-of-a-kind find that can command top dollar if preserved in good condition. Speaking of condition, this plays a huge role in the value of any 1982 penny. Coins that have been kept in pristine, uncirculated condition, what we call mint state or MS, are worth significantly more than worn-down versions. Brilliant red luster, sharp details, and clean surfaces can dramatically raise the value of your coin, especially when combined with a rare variation or mint error. If you think you have something special, consider having it professionally graded. It could be the key to unlocking your coin's full market value and attracting serious interest from collectors or auction houses. The excitement surrounding the 1982 Lincoln penny continues to grow, especially as more collectors become aware of the rare variations and start checking their change with greater attention. In recent years, we've seen these coins hit the spotlight at major auctions, with serious buyers lining up for the chance to own one of these elusive coins. Whether it's the legendary 1982 D small date copper penny or another rare error from that year, prices have soared and the buzz in the numismatic community is stronger than ever. These coins are no longer just historical artifacts, they're investment pieces, and their demand shows no signs of slowing down. Now, the moment you've been waiting for, just how valuable can a 1982 Lincoln penny really be? Believe it or not, one rare example of the 1982 penny, featuring the perfect combination of a rare metal composition, small date design, and flawless uncirculated condition, sold for an incredible $45,000. Yes, you heard that right, $45,000 for a 1-cent coin. It's an astonishing number, but it shows how much collectors are willing to pay when rarity, history, and perfection all come together in a single coin. So now's the time to go hunting. Dig through your pocket change, revisit your old coin collections, and weigh your 1982 pennies, because you never know which one might be the hidden treasure worth thousands. If you found any interesting or unusual 1982 pennies, share your story in the comments below. We love hearing from fellow collectors, and we're happy to help you identify what you've got. Next coin, we're about to uncover the powerful story behind one of the most fascinating coins in modern American history, the 1974 Lincoln penny 1-cent coin. This is not just any old coin you might find lying around in your change. This is a coin with a mysterious backstory, rare variations, and exciting errors that have driven collectors into a frenzy. Whether you're a longtime numismatist or just getting into coin collecting, you're going to want to pay close attention, because the 1974 Lincoln penny could be worth far more than you ever imagined. The year 1974 was a turning point for the U.S. Mint, as it came during a time of economic change and experimentation. Due to rising copper prices, there was serious discussion about switching the penny's composition to something cheaper. This led to a historic experiment by the U.S. Mint, one that would result in some of the rarest and most sought-after pennies ever created. While most 1974 pennies were minted using the traditional copper alloy, a very limited number were struck using aluminum as part of a short-lived trial. These experimental aluminum pennies were never released to the public, making them an instant object of fascination in the world of rare coins. But beyond the aluminum experiment, even regular 1974 pennies minted in Philadelphia and Denver have their own exciting story. That year, billions of pennies were produced, but within that massive number hides a treasure trove of hidden gems, coins with rare minting errors, striking variations, and outstanding conditions that transform a simple 1-cent coin into a valuable collectible. The secret lies in knowing what to look for, and once you do, you'll be amazed at what these humble pennies might actually be worth. Among the most desirable 1974 Lincoln penny errors are double-die varieties. These are coins where certain design elements, like the date, "In God We Trust" or "Liberty," appear to have been stamped more than once during the minting process, causing a shadow-like doubling effect that can be seen even without magnification. These double-die errors are thrilling discoveries for collectors because they showcase a rare and visible flaw in the minting process, and they're almost always worth significantly more than their face value, especially in high-grade condition. Another type of error that makes 1974 pennies highly collectible is the off-center strike. These eye-catching coins are produced when the planchet is not properly aligned with the dies, resulting in part of the design being missing or shifted dramatically. The further off-center the strike, the more valuable the coin becomes, particularly if the date and Lincoln's profile remain clearly visible. These striking visual errors are not only rare, but they're also visually stunning, making them extremely desirable for collectors who want unique and memorable pieces in their collection. There are also examples of 1974 Lincoln pennies with die cracks, cuds, and clipped planchets, each one adding character and value to the coin. A die crack appears as a raised line on the surface of the coin, caused by a damaged die during the striking process. A cud is a raised blob of metal caused by a piece of the die breaking off, and clipped planchets result in coins with a portion of the edge missing due to the planchet being improperly cut before striking. All of these errors are treasured in the coin world because they are mint-made anomalies that tell a unique story about how the coin came to be. Let's not forget how important coin condition is when it comes to value. Collectors place a premium on coins that are in uncirculated or mint state condition, meaning they show no signs of wear, have sharp detail, and still maintain their original luster. A flawless 1974 Lincoln penny with a rare error or variety, combined with brilliant red coloring and no scratches, can command serious attention in the market. These are the coins that collectors dream about, and the competition to own them is fierce at auctions and coin shows across the country. In recent years, rare 1974 Lincoln pennies have made headlines at auctions for their incredible values. From coins with dramatic double dies to those with unusual metal compositions, the rarest examples have sparked bidding wars among serious collectors. These aren't just coins, they're historical artifacts, pieces of American minting history that continue to rise in both value and demand. The excitement around the 1974 penny is very real, and it's only growing stronger as more collectors begin to understand the hidden value these coins hold. Now comes the jaw-dropping moment you've been waiting for. Just how much can one of these rare 1974 Lincoln pennies be worth? In one amazing case, a rare 1974 penny featuring an unusual composition and near-perfect condition shocked the coin-collecting world when it sold for an eye-popping $60,000. That's right, $60,000 for a coin that most people wouldn't give a second glance to. This shows that sometimes the most valuable treasures are the ones we least expect, hiding in plain sight just waiting to be discovered by a sharp-eyed collector. So now it's your turn. Check your change, pull out those old penny jars, and start examining your 1974 Lincoln pennies. Look closely for doubling, off-center strikes, odd markings, or anything that just seems different. And if you're lucky enough to find one in great condition with a potential error, you could be holding something incredibly rare and valuable. Have you ever found a 1974 penny that looked a little unusual? Or maybe one that weighed differently or had strange markings? Drop a comment below and share your discovery. We'd love to hear from you, help you identify it, and celebrate your find with the community. Last unique coin. We're talking about the United States Lincoln penny 1-cent coin from 1981, specifically the 1981 D version. At first glance, this may look like any ordinary coin, but what if I told you that certain rare versions of this coin have sold for thousands of times their face value? Some of these coins have stunned collectors with their beauty, rarity, and, most importantly, their price tag. Get ready, because this journey into the world of the 1981 D penny might just change the way you look at your pocket change forever. Now, let's talk about the year 1981. It was the final full year before the United States Mint changed the composition of the penny. In 1982, the Mint transitioned from the traditional 95% copper alloy to the now common copper-plated zinc pennies we still use today. That makes 1981 one of the last years for copper-based Lincoln cents, which already makes these coins historically significant. But there's more. The Denver Mint, marked by the D under the date, produced over 5 billion pennies that year. But within that massive mintage, rare errors and striking anomalies have emerged that collectors are scrambling to find. These mistakes turn an ordinary penny into a valuable collectible that could be worth a fortune to the right buyer. Among the most captivating features that make the 1981 D Lincoln penny so valuable are the rare double die errors. These errors occur when the coin's design is imprinted twice, slightly offset, during the minting process. It creates a noticeable doubling effect in the lettering, especially in Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date. These coins are instantly recognizable to the trained eye and highly sought after due to their striking visual differences from a standard coin. If you find one with a strong double die, particularly in uncirculated condition, you could be looking at a collector's dream, a coin that stands out not just for its age, but for its mistake that turned into magic. Another error that makes the 1981 D penny incredibly collectible is the off-center strike. These coins are produced when the planchet, the blank disc used to make the coin, is not properly aligned in the minting press. This causes the design to appear shifted, often with part of Lincoln's face or the lettering cut off. The more off-center the strike, the more valuable the coin becomes, especially when the date and mint mark are still clearly visible. These off-center pennies are like mint-made abstract art, and collectors can't get enough of them. They're unusual, rare, and beautiful in their own way, adding uniqueness to any serious collection. Let's not forget about other fascinating errors such as die cracks, cuds, and even coins struck on the wrong planchets. A die crack looks like a raised line running across the surface of the coin. This is caused by a fracture in the die used to strike the coin. Cuds are raised, misshapen blobs where part of the die broke away, creating a dramatic and irregular feature on the coin. These anomalies are rare, unpredictable, and extremely valuable in high grade. Each one tells a story of the minting process gone slightly awry, and these happy accidents are what make these coins so beloved in the numismatic world. When it comes to value, one of the biggest factors is condition. A coin in mint state, meaning it has no signs of wear from circulation, is always more desirable than a coin that has been used in everyday transactions. Coins graded MS 65 or higher by reputable grading services like PCGS or NGC are the ones that fetch the highest prices at auctions. A bright red, lustrous 1981 D penny with a strong error or perfect strike is a collector's jackpot. These coins are increasingly hard to find because most were used in circulation for decades, so a high-grade example is becoming rarer every year. Recent auction sales have shown just how hot the market is for rare 1981 D pennies. From pennies with strong doubling to dramatic off-center strikes, serious collectors have been competing to own these rare pieces of minting history. Online platforms, coin shows, and private dealers have all seen skyrocketing interest in these pennies as more people discover the value they hold. And remember, every coin has a story, and these stories are what make the hunt so thrilling for collectors around the world. The right combination of error, rarity, and condition can turn one cent into something truly unforgettable. Now for the moment you've been waiting for, just how much can one of these small copper coins be worth? Well, one particularly stunning 1981 D Lincoln penny, featuring an extremely rare error and preserved in exceptional uncirculated condition, sold at auction for an incredible $55,000. Yes, you heard that right, $55,000 for a 1-cent coin. That's the kind of life-changing discovery you could make just by checking your old change or finally digging into that coin jar sitting on your shelf. So, what are you waiting for? Pull out those coin collections, search your drawers, and look closely at every 1981 D penny you find. Pay attention to the date, the mint mark, any signs of doubling, unusual markings, or anything that looks just a little off. You never know, you might be holding onto a tiny treasure that's worth a fortune. And if you think you've found something special, don't hesitate to drop a comment below and share it with us. We'd love to help you figure out if you've discovered one of these rare gems. If you enjoyed this video and you're ready to explore more hidden coin treasures, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a new episode. There are still so many secrets waiting to be uncovered in the world of coins, and we're here to guide you on every step of the journey. Until next time, keep collecting, keep hunting, and always remember, the smallest coins often carry the biggest stories.